This is the video for card N16, adding and subtracting fractions. The objective of this lesson is to add and subtract fractions. Let's have a look at some examples. Firstly, addition. If we want to add together two fractions, it is important that the denominator is the same for both of the fractions you are adding together. So our first step is to check this. In this case, we have the number 7 and the number 3. And so we need to find a number that will be in both of the times tables for 7 and 3. And the way to do this is to multiply together the two numbers on the bottom of the fraction. So 7 times 3 will give me the number 21. Number 21 is therefore going to be my new denominator. I then need to remember that this is an addition question, and so put the addition sign in the middle. I now need to do the same to the top of the fractions as I did to the bottom of the fraction. I therefore multiplied the number 7 by the number 3, and so I'm required to multiply the number 2 by the number 3 also. 2 times 3 will give me 6. If I look at the second fraction, I multiplied the number 3 by the number 7, and so I need to multiply the number 1 also by the number 7, which will give me 7. I can now add these two fractions together, as the denominators are the same in both of them. We do not add the denominators together, it remains as the number 21, but we do add the numbers across the top together. So 6 plus 7 will give me 13. The answer is 13 out of 21. Check that there is no common factor. If there isn't, this is your final answer. We're now going to look at a subtraction question, which is very similar. We still have to have a common denominator for subtraction questions, and so we follow the same first step, and we multiply the two numbers across the bottom together. 7 times 2 will give me a common denominator of 14, and then we check it was a subtraction question, and so we put the subtraction sign in the middle. To get from 7 to 14, I times by 2, and so I need to multiply the number 4 by 2 also. 4 times 2 will give me 8. To get from 2 to 14, I had to multiply by 7, and so I multiply the number 1 by 7 to give me 7. As with addition, the denominator now remains the same, so it remains as the number 14. We take away across the top, 8, take away 7, will give me the number 1. As this fraction will not cancel down, 1 over 14 is our final answer. Two more examples, following exactly the same process. Again, common denominator is required, and so we multiply the two numbers across the bottom together. 4 times 5 will give me 20, and so our new denominators will be 20. Addition in the middle, and now look at what we did to the bottom and repeat with the top. We multiplied 4 by 5 to get 20, so we must multiply 3 by 5, as you must always do the same to the top as you did to the bottom. We multiplied 5 by 4 to get 20, so we must multiply 2 by 4 to give us 8 across the top. Remember, the denominator now remains as 20, and 15 plus 8 will give us 23. That is an answer that we can accept. However, because the top of the fraction is bigger than the bottom of the fraction, we have an improper fraction, so we can change that into a mixed number. 20 goes into 23 once, it leaves a remainder of 3, and the number from the bottom of the fraction is put on the bottom of the new fraction. We do the same again now for this final subtraction question. Multiply the two numbers together across the bottom. 6 times 4 will give me 24, and so 24 is our new denominator. It's a subtraction question, so subtraction in the middle. We times 6 by 4 to give us 24, and so we times 5 by 4 to give give us 20. We times 4 by 6 to give us 24. And so we multiply 3 by 6 to give us 18. Remember now, we leave 24 as our bottom denominator, and we take away across the top. 20 take away 18 will give us 2. We check now if this is in the simplest form. As both numbers can be divided by 2, then we can simplify this fraction. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 24 divided by 2 will give me 12. And 1/12 is our final simplified answer. Now it's your turn to have a go at some extra examples. Pause the video for a few minutes so that you can do these, and then replay it to check your answers.